This video is under fair use. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticisms, comments, news reportings, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. CCNTV, bringing you captivating news since 2019.
Hey. Welcome to another episode of Politics and Wellness, and this is the pre-birthday edition. So, we gotta get this party started. Yes, my birthday is in a few days, and I'm excited. Getting to be a little more excited. Before it was like, but as it fastly approaches, I did get a little pumped up. So, of course, you guys will be here to celebrate with me before the day, actually. So this is a pre-birthday. That's why it's the pre-birthday edition. Brother Nate, let me know when you're ready. Just give me the good thumbs up. And hopefully you all can hear me in the chat. And if you can't, please let me know. I can't see you. So please let me know if you can hear me. Thank you. Goodness gracious alive. Okay, here we go. All right. Yes, sir. Happy belated birthday. I forgot. I was all over the place.
Oh, I was going to tell you about yourself, right?
I
was like, I'll tell you these children. God damn it.
I know it. I said, yeah.
It's all good.
But no, hopefully you had a blessed Father's Day. And
I did.
I'm sure, as I feel, I'm sure your children and grandchildren feel just as blessed to have you.
And great-grand.
Yeah, that too. I forgot. Yeah, that's new. It's new to me. It's new.
Me too. They start young. God dang.
And great. And hopefully those of you who are listening, who are fathers, godfathers, whatever father title you hold, hopefully you had a blessed Father's Day too. And let's make Father's Day just as normal as Mother's Day.
Don't slight them. If you can find them, don't slight them.
Right. If you can find them and they are good examples either in your children's lives or a father figure or whatever the case may be, do celebrate them because they're far and few in between. Jesus, Lord knows. But yeah, hopefully everybody's had a great week. Now, last Tuesday, I was not here. My best friend / my sister, she celebrated her 50th birthday. So damn, she's 50. And
yes, that is a milestone.
Yeah, that is a milestone that cannot go unnoticed.
I hope y'all got your head tight because 50 rough. It ain't for no punks now. It ain't for no punk, so tell her I hope she got her head tight.
Yeah, she's good, but definitely had to celebrate. And shout out to her for celebrating her 50th birthday. I'm kind of first day Cancer / Gemini, so I got a little sprinkle of the Gemini twin in me. but not that much. We won't do that. But yeah, so that's where I was. So we did miss a week of news, but kind of got caught up with everything. There's some new things to talk about, also some old things, because I definitely, of course, we got to talk about Darnell. I've been dying to talk about Darnell, but there are other things more important. But before we get to the whole celebratory part of this whole thing and all the other stuff going on, of course, as always, we have to talk about real news. But all right, so real quick, we're just going to run through here. Auntie Melissa Scott, hello, how are you? We'll talk about your situation too, because I caught that.
Yes, yes, girl. Take the shots. Take the shot.
Yeah, please take the shot. Miss B Town Hustler, nice to see you. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Listening. Patty Duke, always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Patty.
Always. And Rico the Brat, hello, sir. How are you?
Hey there. Hey there, boy.
Make sure we speak to you and whoever else is watching in the lounge area, your waiter or waitress will be around with your drink of choice. Needless to say, yes, I was a bit turned on Saturday. I left my phone at my cousin's house, and yeah, it was just a whole heap of yeah, it was crazy. But we'll get into that later. But it's just time to get into real news for a second. So here we go.
Oh, do we have to?
I know, right? All right. Yeah, because there's some stuff that, go ahead. You were gonna say something?
Hey, Jess, how you doing? That's it. Just jumped in there. I happened to see it. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't see the chat. So, hey, okay. Jess, how are you? Always a pleasure to see you. Are you being my Tuesday wife today? Because, I thought we were divorced for a little bit, but it's okay. I still love you.
Well, yeah, I can always reconcile.
Yeah. So let's just get into some things real quick. I will be kind of flying through these things. So, of course, Brother Nate or somewhere down the line, I'll probably drop it in my Instagram, possibly if you do follow me on Instagram on the CCN one or my personal one. Thank you so much, and thank you for dropping stories and little funny tidbits, because I do utilize them from time to time. Now, being that we just celebrated Juneteenth, right? And I'm not even going to get into the work story a little bit. Maybe I should. Okay, so real quick before I get into this story of Juneteenth, because this was one of the pioneers who pushed popularizing Juneteenth. A lot of people don't know about Juneteenth, especially those others, right? But their level of ignorance is astonishing. Like, to their own self. Like, I had one person call because the main part of the office was, of course, closed. And so I wound up, I did get a call and, talking to the person, just blah, 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 blah. This is that, that's this, that. And he was like, well, why is that office closed? What's today? Juneteenth, blah, 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 blah. Now, I wasn't expecting this person to know, because I could tell from the voice, you wouldn't have known what it was anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But I at least expected to go, oh, and just go about your business. To say, oh, what? That's disgusting. These people have had enough holidays. They get more celebrations than white people. And Self had to say, calm down.
You didn't click off? I had to click the fuck off. Well, I'd have said something first. Well, then it all depends if it's being recorded too.
Right.
So
exactly. So my first thought was, whoa. Self said, whoa, wait a minute. This granted, you didn't really want to work today, but this is time and a half. So we just
you didn't want to get fired either.
We just don't rock with it. Like, well, thank God we still got a little funds to play with. But yeah, we still got other trips and things going on. So it was like, okay, cool. We're just going to not say nothing. Because even my people was like, "What did you say?" And I was like, "I didn't say nothing. Why y'all expect me to say something? Because we expect you to say something.
Oh, because we expected you to say something.
Well, because we know how you are." And I really did. I felt my mother's spirit heavy, just like don't engage. Because I think it almost felt like you were looking for it. You know what I'm saying? Because the way it was just like, oh, that's so disgusting. They got more holidays than white folks. And I'm just like, dude, you don't know every calendar holiday we celebrate is focused on a white individual. You. So if you don't feel like it's focused on you, you need a reality check, brother, because it's all focused on you. From white Jesus to the white Easter Bunny to we can keep going. It's all focused around you. So even your, Independence Day, 4th of July, it's focused on you. It's focused on you because we weren't human, nor were we, anything in that document that you call the Declaration of Independence that many of you who talk big shit can't even read. But, that's another thing for another story. But I just wanted to put that out there. Like, let us just celebrate us. Don't take for granted what we do get to celebrate because these mofos don't give a goddamn. Okay? They don't care. They don't care nothing about it. If it ain't got nothing to do with them and their whiteness, they don't care anything about
it. Yeah, white Santa.
Right.
Yeah, that reminds me. One time I was in D.C. when they were building the African, the Capitol. Yeah, that place.
Sorry, I just put it in
there.
Gotcha.
And they were building the African American Museum, and I was behind some white folk, and this is when they had the scaffolding around the monument too. I think they had cracks or something in it. So me and my wife were walking behind there, and I hear this woman goes, "Well, what are they building there?" And the guy told her what it was, and she said the same exact thing. Don't they have enough museums? They got that museum over there. See, unlike you, I couldn't hold it back. I said, no, that is the African and Asian Museum.
Right.
This is our first.
Right.
Oh. Well, I did.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, stop.
Yeah. Now, had I been in a different situation, oh yeah, I would have checked his ass. But but
it was work.
Yeah,
it was work.
So we just gonna rock with that. But do know that these people don't give a goddamn. So the more you know, the more you grow. All right. Speaking of Juneteenth, relatives of a late Black businessman who helped popularize Juneteenth in the city of San Diego is suing the cemetery after his remains were reported missing from the family's burial plot. This was discovered at the Greenwood Memorial Park after the wife passed away in March of this year, and she was, of course, going to be buried with her husband, and they realized, oh, there's no remains there. Body casket, everything gone. And he's been dead for, did they say a decade or decades? Yeah, he's been dead for a minute. He's been passed for a minute. It made me feel a way even about my own mother, and stuff like that. It's just like, we really got to start checking up on these things. I know sometimes for some people it's hard to go visit, loved ones and that, but hey, you got to make sure stuff is right. Trust and believe. The first time after the tombstone and everything was placed, because my aunt wound up passing, and so my grandmother gave her plot, right?
That's the way it always goes. That's the way it always goes. I ain't lying.
Feel a little like
motherfuckers.
Yeah. So my grandmother gave her plot, which my mother purchased for them two. My grandmother gave it to her sister, so they are together. And so when we went by there after everything was finalized and her plaque was then placed with my mother's, it was like water. We like, why is this here? Oh, the sprinkler bust. Well, you're gonna do this right now. So we literally sat there till they drained it out, made sure that there was no water damage in the Crips part and all of that. But yeah, you gotta stay on top of these people.
Keep on top of that. Yeah, even though the vault would have supposedly kept everything dry.
Yeah.
But understand this too: when you purchase a burial plot or a spot in the not the crypt, where they have the where they have the mausoleum, that you're only leasing it for 100 years.
Yeah.
So because they figure everybody would have dropped dead that would come to see you anyway, and then they'll build a nice apartment complex or something right over top of it. Right. So do know that it's not a permanent thing unless it's
places are so nice. It's not.
Yeah, you're only renting a spot. That's the strange part.
That's the strange reality of the whole thing.
He said that's why you have your ashes. Yeah. But then you have to be kind of careful too that first of all that people recognize that that's what it is.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised somebody would just think she got this dirt just sitting in here.
Somebody sent me that. I meant to save it. I don't remember who sent me, but this little baby was in the car and I guess the father had his mother's ashes in the little console on the side. She opened that and had ashes everywhere. She just laughing again.
Wow.
And he's like, I don't even know what to do. He was like, what are you doing? That's your grandmother. And she just laughing. She not even realizing what she's doing.
Wow.
I was just like, wow, that's crazy. Why was she just sitting there? Like, did you just want to have her around?
Yeah. Or were you taking her someplace or something?
I don't know. That was really weird. But in other news, real quick, charges were dropped against the cops who dumped a black woman's body into a dumpster and set it ablaze. This one was sent to me. You actually sent this. This was a story on the 13th, but of course we weren't around, so we didn't really get to talk about it. But California prosecutors have decided to drop the charges against two NER police officers who were accused of dumping a black woman's body into a dumpster before setting it ablaze. Now, just because you think it's California and it's all liberal, please don't be mistaken and think that there are not people out who do crimes like this in liberal blue states, quote unquote. So definitely check out this story. The woman was 25 years old. And I just find that to be very crazy. So it's like, well, then who's to blame?
The police officers. Right. The police officers. That's obvious guilt. Obvious guilt.
Right.
Why? You're a police officer. You know what the protocol is, and no one would have looked at you any other way.
Right. Exactly.
So
they're saying that the medical examiner, which again they're all in cahoots sometimes, so you could take their word with a grain of salt as well, and said that she died earlier that day from a fentanyl overdose. That's their famous line now. Everything is a fentanyl overdose. That the two police officers that found her body had in an abandoned apartment. They, instead of reporting it, they decided to move her body blocks away to a dumpster and set it on fire. But why? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. As police officers, you see somebody's body in an abandoned building,
What were you doing in the abandoned building? Did someone call you?
It's just the whole story just don't make sense. The math is not mathing. I think it's if it was anything, it was kind of that kind of thing shakedown operation that she may have been, doing something. They was trying to shake her down and whatever. So then you try to destroy the evidence. There's no way you sit here and as an officer of the law, take someone's body, throw it in the blocks away, throw it in the dumpster and set it on fire. You set it on fire to do what? Possibly get rid of evidence. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's right, Patty. It is a crime to destroy a body.
Yeah. It's like you just don't get to do it. It's just crazy. So they dismissed the case, citing connections with the Antioch police officers and them being accused of using racial slurs and making racial jokes and sharing racist memes.
Yeah,
Via
they already
text.
have people looking at them sideways from all of that anyway. They're already under investigation.
Yeah. And I don't know what the young woman was doing, but I don't know. Just reading it, thinking it was a shakedown kind of thing. It just seems like it, and it just went terribly wrong. And instead of you fessing up to it, it's we just gonna burn her body and say she was on drugs and overdose of drugs. Like, first of all, we do know police officers have mountains of evidence that are sometimes drugs, and that they can make these things be kind of drug induced, shall we say, because of all the evidence they do collect, keep, and seize. So, I don't. Prayers out to the family, and I hope these.
I hope they keep prosecuting. I hope they keep
they keep
going
pressing
forward with it.
and don't let this stop them from actually moving forward. Speaking of families moving forward, Randy Cox, the young man who was paralyzed in a police van, had reached a settlement. That's what we were going to talk about last week too, of $45 million in the New Haven, Connecticut area. This was a young man. He was 36 years old. He was put inside of a police van with no seatbelt or no safety, anything. And they decided to drive fast, drive slow, hit bumps, and do all kinds of crazy shit to
took him for a ride.
Right, and inflict pain.
They did a Freddie Gray.
Yeah, and wind up breaking the man's neck, and now he's paralyzed. So they reached a $45 million settlement. However, there was a larger settlement that they were going for, but they got it down to 45 million. I believe it was like 100. What was it? I know I saw it earlier. I read the story last week. Let me see. CP. Yep. I hate when I do that. So fast, I think I was but it was a larger amount. It was like I believe it was like 100 million originally. What the family was, what himself and the family was asking for, but they got 45. And again, victims playing victims, because those officers are not facing any financial hardships due to this lawsuit. The city is covering this, and more than likely the city and the state. So. Thank you so much for the Cash App, Jess. Thank you so much, appreciate it. So
you sing your little song.
I don't have a song. Thank you. I'll leave that to Duchess and Rebel for the little jingles. But yeah, definitely check out this story. About time somebody got justice, but I'm so tired of victims paying victims that this is getting to be a bit much. And the police who are actually causing these atrocities are able to get away with literal murder. And I think something definitely needs to be done. A shakeup needs to happen in these police unions, these police gangs, because that's what they are. Whether you a good cop, bad cop, you in a gang. I mean, I don't know. They ever talk about the good gangsters that are in, the Crips or the Bloods doing community service and feeding the homeless and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I feel like if you're not saying anything to say something and stand up against what is happening, then you're just as complacent as into what's going on. So, definitely sad that this had to happen for this young man to receive this, but hopefully this settlement brings some sort of peace to him in a changing environment that he's going to have to deal with for the rest of his life. Any thoughts on that?
No, it's just same old song.
Yeah, definitely same old song. And speaking of same old song, this thing keeps happening. Breonna Taylor's mom is actually coming for the Attorney General, Daniel Cameron, who basically said that her daughter's killing was justified because, of course, as some of you may know, he is running for governor of Kentucky. He is also the grandson-in-law of Turkey Neck himself, Mitch, I've fallen and I can't get up, McConnell. So yeah, this is a lot of crazy. And it's a lot of crazy because clearly everybody else could see that Breonna Taylor's murder was not justified. Even a grand jury could have seen that it wasn't justified. Well, the Justice Department saw that it wasn't justified, rather. But this person, Daniel Cameron, who was the Attorney General at the time, who had been placing the charges towards those ruffians who tried to rob, and I'm just saying they're just my thoughts, who tried to rob Breonna Taylor from secretly listening to the ex-boyfriend talk about money he was stashing, and they was going to go rob her because he kept saying that he had stashed money at her place. So they were going to rob her to take the money because, of course, they're so hard up for money these days. They steal it from drug dealers. So personally, that's what I believe was going down. Breonna's new boyfriend had a surprise for their asses when he, showed up loaded and ready to party with them. And so their situation turned bad quickly. Breonna Taylor was shot, dead, and even when they could have saved her, they chose not to and allowed her to just die. So yeah, a lot wrong with this story, but for this man, Daniel Cameron, the son-in-law or grandson-in-law of Mitch McConnell, to say that her killing or her murder was justified is absolutely ridiculous. And no way should he ever step foot into a governor's office. So this is where we make sure that we motivate. As much as we talk about voting and, we always supporting a Democrat, for certain situations, to be very honest, it's plainly and blatantly obvious in your face. There's no, thank you, sir. Stop it. You gotta make me cry, y'all. There's no other way to explain this. Like the level of in your face that they throw this bullshit as conservative lawmakers. How could you be a person Black that could be your sister, your aunt, your mother, your whomever, and be okay with that and be comfortable with the way that you're looked at from a party that we're supposed to support because the other party just takes us for granted? Come on, y'all. Like it's almost
they both do.
Right, you know what I'm saying? It's like they both do. But would I rather let somebody just treat me like I don't exist? So if I do get murdered, it's justified by just simply saying so, or do I really kind of sit with the side that, okay, God forbid if I am murdered, at least somebody's gonna fight for me till somebody gets justice. I'd rather go with the justice side a little bit, even if I got to do it from the grave myself. I just don't. I don't rock with it. I don't see where there's no point to this. Like it's like, where's the argument? These people are implanting us to tell, well, it's justified. It's okay. This is not a racist country. This is while this stuff is happening plainly in your face. How? But they're the same ones that have been supported by affirmative action and all these other things, but they won't say, it's like, we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that. And yeah, even on the Democratic side, because of course, Ms. Harris said that bullshit that still makes my skin crawl. But you have any thoughts on Mr. Cameron himself?
Yeah, first, hey, Tanari.
Hey, everybody. Hey.
And I'm still stuck on the word ruffians. Well, you went deep, didn't you?
Yeah.
It-
He did. I mean, it's just really like crazy. I don't even get. There's no way you can justify this stuff for me. No way you can justify this stuff. To be a black man in America yourself and look at something and go, oh yeah, her killing was justified. That could have been you.
yeah.
That could have been you, regardless of the fact that you banging McConnell's granddaughter. There's no protection for you. These people don't
I
learn.
I need for the parents of the victims to start being more hardcore and stop being so media light.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
first of all, with their feelings, and just the things that are going on. I mean, her case is pretty much over as far as what they can recoup.
Right.
So you're still going to have people who are going to go after her memory,
Right. Yeah.
and that type of thing. And I need for the parents to be more hardcore. She should have came out and said, "Look, he said this. He's married and fucking something.
Right.
McConnell's daughter, or granddaughter or whatever,
Yeah.
and he's only appealing to a certain demographic.
Yes.
He is what we call." He is
And the Tom.
yes, he is the okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyhow, see, I'm trying to keep it kind of clean. He's an Uncle Tom. He's an Uncle Tom, or anything else you want to call Uncle Clarence. Whatever else. This is and that this type of person is detrimental to the black community.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if he did this, especially if she's appealing and talking to black folk and people of color, if he did this and he feels this way about, and how he's covering up, what do you think he's going to do for you?
Right.
Absolutely nothing.
And what do you think he'll do as governor?
Absolutely nothing. It would be more white people. We say sister wives. Yeah, that's nasty.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if I wonder if they get checked out first. They probably do a home test. Now, but that's changing the subject.
But anyway, so of course you know about the Karen that shot that black woman, a mother of 4 was it 3, 4?
I think it's 4. It's 4.
Yeah, the story have come out, of course, later because all of the neighbors and witnesses have been reporting her to be a Karen and harassing the young children in the neighborhood, calling them N-words and other racial slurs. Now, again, as I said before, in the beginning of this story, when we first started covering it and talking about it, where are the police reports for all of this? And why haven't the police been acting upon all of these racial slurs to these children? Because if they're the law enforcement peacemakers of the area, I'm sure many of these parents called the police on this woman for harassing their kids. Police did nothing. Why haven't the police done anything? Why would it take for this woman, for this Saltine, to shoot this woman through a door as a coward? To then now we're looking into, many calls were, she was always harassing the children. But why weren't the police playing an active role in keeping her ass in the house, or either locking her ass up for harassing these children? But because our children don't matter to them, only their children. When their children are harassed, and not shot up though, because they don't give a goddamn about their kids being shot up, but they care about their children being harassed, then it's a problem. But if it's our children, it really doesn't matter. But but then
because they knew that she was going to get stomped out when she threw that skate at one of her kids. You know how it is. You know how that is. You know she was gonna fuck that shit up.
Yeah, but that's just absolutely just crazy. Like, Where are the police in all this? I'm sure there were many reports of this crazy ass white woman harassing these children. I'm sure of it. I'm sure the police had drove by that neighborhood plenty of times in regards to either her calling the police, because she looks definitely like a police caller, or a parent calling the police in regards to her being harassing or menacing two children. Why are we talking about the reports? I know why. Because the police didn't give a damn, and they weren't really writing reports, and they were throwing it off, and whatever. But this is when whiteness goes unchecked. This is why they need to always be checked. Keep your people in order, because they crazy as all rat piss. I mean, I can't.
I mean, anytime that the neighbors could tell you what was going on, the police should have been aware of that too, especially on that.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, who's not doing their job? Like, don't you go around and ask other neighbors and investigate exactly what's going on to get a feel of, okay, this neighbor, she's a real hothead or what have you? No, but it seems like you only police our neighborhoods with such scrutiny, but you don't police neighborhoods where you feel like, well,
they showed you what they were about when they didn't arrest her.
How about it?
How do you murder a mother in front of her children on your property?
Right.
And nobody, they did not hold her for 24 hours or whatever.
Nope.
They probably took her out to Lon John Silver's.
Sure.
And
they like to feed their own when they do dumb shit like that.
No, they probably told her everything's going to be all right.
Right.
When they sat in the room, don't worry about it. This is just a preliminary.
They probably got us some Chick-fil-A with her. Okay. But anyway, that's just going to get me upset. And I'm not going to get upset today. Hunter Biden, okay, is expected to plead guilty on tax-related misdemeanor crimes as a part of his arranged plea deal, because they've been digging for so long to find something on Hunter Biden to hang President Joe Biden's hat on, that they didn't really give a shit if it was true or not, but they found some taxes. Now, the funny thing, even in all this, whatever, you do the crime, you do the time, and that goes for any party, Republican, Democrat, Independent, whatever you do, right? You do the crime, you do the time, or whatever the consequence is, right? Yeah, right. I'm gonna get to that. But how are we so talking about Hunter Biden, who is the son to the president of the United States / former vice president of the United States, but yet the ex-president who just left here, we got taxes, we got documents, all this shit, but no, we're not talking about nobody's in the hunt to arrest his ass and send his ass to jail. He needs to be pleading guilty to a lot of tax-related crimes too, but no, his people have gone to jail, but not him. So
I don't think he's going. I really don't.
No, he's not. He's not gonna go, and they don't want to. They don't want to send him. That's the thing. They don't want to send him. They want to. They're hoping that they embarrass him enough that he just fades away.
I don't want embarrassment.
No, I don't want embarrassment.
I want sodomy. That's
what I want Darnell to get it. I want Darnell to get it, but they're so gung-ho on making sure that Darnell does not, that he just feels so embarrassed that he just fades away. And you don't understand. Darnell is not going anywhere. He feeds off of this because y'all pay him. Because all they're gonna do is do fundraisers, and he's gonna do speeches.
He's like herpes. Yeah. He is like herpes.
And people are gonna give their money away. So the reality is, what you need to do is you need to just bite the bullet, press the charges, and send the fool away. Because if what they gonna raise money to? His prison fund, put money on his book so he can get McDonald's. I just don't.
It's like, the baby oil, at least some Vaseline.
Or some diapers for his runny ass. I just don't.
Oh, it'll be runny.
I mean, I just don't get it. So yeah, Hunter Biden is going to plead guilty to some misdemeanor tax offenses in Delaware, and also some gun charges because felony gun possession charges, which would probably drop off if he goes into treatment or does something else.
But he wasn't supposed to be able to get a gun.
Right. But again, hello, when you white, you right. And especially if you're, if your father was the vice president of these United States and now the president of these United States, but the same for the other ones too. All the bullshit that them Trump kids have done. And you sitting up here like, why are we focusing on Hunter Biden? Can't we look at Donald Trump Jr. and Ivanka and the millions of dollars that they've gotten from China, the Saudis, and everywhere else? No, we're not going to look at that, but we'll look at Hunter Biden's clearly look like a drunk tax record. Come on, y'all. Come on.
And that's like the company that he was working for was a Charisma.
Yeah.
And he was making what, 55, maybe 60,000 a year.
Right.
But he was not qualified. He had no background in it.
None.
Now again, we bring up nepotism.
Right.
They all do it.
Right.
How are you going to stop that? His daddy got him that job because he's probably such a fuck up.
Right. Exactly. So I mean, but it's like you know it. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't ever see Eric Trump really promoting anything in front of the camera for his father because his father knows Eric is not the brightest tool in the shed. So
all of them look inbred. So
that too. That's a whole nother. Thing. But it's just come on, like. Granted, anybody that had a child, you would do the same thing if you saw your child.
Yeah, because we don't want him to come back home.
Right. You don't want him to come back home or leeching off of you. You would try your best to use whatever connections you have to make sure you set your child up in a position, no matter how old he is, to that he can do for his own family. And they don't have to look to you to be like, hey, dad.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm sure was happening. So, we'll see what happens with this. We'll keep our eyes and ears open. But my whole thing is, if you're not gonna charge any of the other mofos about this, you chasing after him for this is like, seriously, really?
No,
okay.
But you should also think about the millions and millions of dollars for the past 5 or 6 years. Mm-hmm. That has been spent just investigating. They were just hoping to find something on the laptop.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They was hoping to find some porn, some penises, something on a laptop, so they could be like, "Look what Hunter Biden is doing." But that's not Joe Biden, though. Mm-hmm. I'm not following. What's the point? Like, where are we joining? Joe got his own problems. He can't even stand up for too long.
He can't even remember. He don't even know who he is. So.
Right. He don't know who he is, who hand he's shaking from time to time. So it's like he got his own problems. He don't need to be worried about his son right now. So I don't know why you focusing on the wrong things. Okay, you focusing on the
Melissa said, "Not my son."
Right.
We all know that feeling. It's like,
Lord,
give them a couple dollars, maybe they'll go away.
Yeah, right. So you don't have to ask me. Speaking of some groundbreaking stuff, though, and this shocked the shit out of me because it did. The Supreme Court has backed a landmarking voting rights law which struck down Alabama's congressional map. And not only for just Alabama, this may say a lot for a lot of these other red states who have utilized their power in the states to kind of restructure the voting map to where they would maintain power, especially in the state and state local houses as well as Capitol Hill, right? So this turn for the Supreme Court to strike this down was kind of like, wow.
Oh no, but they about to fuck us real good with the affirmative action. You know that's coming.
I know. But that's what I was about to say. I was about to say now, what's on the back end of this? If they stop this, what is actually coming behind that to dismantle?
I don't know, but my ass ain't tooting up. All right.
Yeah. Right. No, no way. So I am just, granted, this may look like a victory right now, but I don't know what that Supreme Court has up their sleeves. Because again, they have the majority. So for them to vote down Alabama's congressional mapping, surpassing their state's Supreme Court backing of this law, I don't know. I don't know what this means, because it could just mean that they strike down affirmative action altogether, and then there is no need for the Voting Rights Act. You know what I'm saying? Because
it's all intertwined.
Yeah.
So yeah, and you know they got they got Clarence, and anything black, Clarence don't go for.
Yeah. Right. They got Uncle Clarence in the mix. Be prepared for the bull crap. But yeah, and check out the other article too. It says how it could be beneficial to the Democrats in taking the House in 2024. Listen, if the Democrats keep playing pussycat with everything that they're doing, they're going to lose in 2024 regardless of whatever benefits they may get from the Supreme Court ruling, because they're too busy trying to make nice and kumbaya and hold hands.
Yeah.
When these Republicans are ruthless, they don't give a damn. They don't care if Hunter Biden even did anything, as long as they put it out there. Remember what they did to Hillary. Granted, I'm not a fan of Hillary Clinton, never was, but all they did was talk about her emails, so much so that people were like, well, I don't trust her. What about her emails?
Well, that was all that they were consumed with.
It was classified.
With emails.
It was classified information. It was classified information. Our top secrets were in danger.
Sounds different, don't it?
Right. It's like, but now we're in this. Now you're in the same predicament with old Darnell here with in this other story, of course, with his 36 indictments for having classified documentation that he was supposed to return. And not only was he supposed to return it, they allowed him time to return it. They never wanted to charge him. They gave him more opportunities than a little bit to return the shit that they were asking for, and he just refused not to return it. And then, of course, made lawyers lie and say that they received it or they sent it or he doesn't have it and all this other kind of shit. And these people actually, gave up, forfeited their law licenses and whatever else they had and lied and said, yeah, no, we don't have them, or yeah, he turned them in and all this other kind of shit. So now here we are with a man finally being charged with something, but we'll see how this goes, if in fact it goes anywhere. Now I'm hoping. Go ahead.
And then too, the Democrats they're getting a reputation now of, the the Republicans go knock the House over. The Democrats talk about, well, we're going to rebuild the House and build it better, and then once they get control, you'll never hear any more about it. So they're definitely showing their hand on that one. Yeah. And people are tired of it. We stand behind you. We have got shit from them. Right. Not a thing.
I mean, again, it's an embarrassment thing. It's like you're just doing this to try and shame him. You're not doing it to really like go after him legally as you would anybody else, any other normal citizen. And God knows, regardless of the fact that Obama was president, y'all would have went after him with every vigor of power you had behind these.
He'd have been dancing on the end of the rope.
You would have had America
from the top of the White House.
But
you know what? Too, it's an embarrassment on the national stage. Yeah, because every other country that we know of has had this type of thing happen, where their leaders have stolen, have just done atrocities, and they either get rid of them, pop, or they lock them up.
Yeah.
And the United States is always one of those ones. Oh, this could never happen here,
right?
And it's like, oh no, bitch, the worst is happening here because all of the motherfuckers are getting away with every goddamn thing that they do.
Or they're always the ones shaking their finger at the other people who are doing these type of same atrocities across the world. So it's like pot calling the kettle black in this shit. You're not going to charge the man, really seriously charge him. Then what are you doing this for? to make people go, oh, well, I shouldn't vote for him. It's going to make me uneasy because he was charged. He was charged with impeachment twice, and you motherfuckers still voted for him and was going to vote for him. So what's the difference?
No, and still going to vote for him.
Right.
He raises so much money.
It's absolutely ridiculous. It makes no sense whatsoever. In a glimmer of hope, I guess, at least for the state of Maryland, Maryland is declared a safe haven for transgenders for their medical care. So Governor Wes Moore has signed a historic executive order to ensure locals and out-of-state residents can access gender-affirming treatments. So kudos to Governor Wes Moore. Granted, how you may feel about people who are trans, they still have a right to health care. If that, as everybody else does. And I don't think we have no right to say who does and who doesn't. But go ahead.
Right. But that also applies to people who aren't even trans, but getting that medical, medical care. You don't have to be trans to be on hormones and these other types of therapies. And I think people forget that. That it's not just a trans thing. But then too, I see us in the United States. This is probably one of the times where we are having mass migrations of people leaving other states. Because it's hostile out there, it is really hostile out there. So as long as people have some place they can go out, and then too, also remember that it's not just one person, say a family member that's leaving. They're taking the whole families with them. You're uprooting everyone. And it's, all because these Christians can't mind their fucking business.
I think.
And what does it have to do with you?
Very much so. I don't know. I don't know what kind of Christian doctrine these people are reading, but
I tell you, man, it's a cult. It's a cult. That's a cult, and they can call it anything that they want to. But what they're doing is a cult. Yeah, and it's just another branch, evangelical genitals, evangelical. That's what I meant to say.
But there's definitely nothing angelic about it. But the level of hatred is a bit much, and it should make anyone who is of Christian faith of some sense kind of question their hatred, because it's a lot of hate for no reason.
I mean, if they had a town, it would have been burnt down or underwater. Okay. This is how much hatred these people have. That these people have. They're on that level type of thing. Having a hissy fit.
Right. So it's definitely something to look out. So in a health moment, we talk about politics, and here's some wellness for you. Last week, we briefly talked about a flesh-eating disease that was, kind of making its rounds in these United States. But I think, we're starting to look like The Walking Dead a little bit. Take a look at this article here. I'll play this video for you guys.
What you see now, you just see not just a scar, but the beauty of the aftermath.
Donnie Adams says he's healing because of his doctors and the power of meditation and prayer.
I never would have imagined that a human bite would turn into something so horrific as a flesh-eating bacteria.
Adams got in between two people at a family event in February when things got sour and was bit. He went to the hospital for a tetanus shot and antibiotics.
By the third day, my leg was very sore. I couldn't walk. It was very warm. It was very painful.
Signs of an infection. Adams rushed to the ER at HCA Florida Pasadena Hospital.
I looked at him and I said, I need to take you to the operating room.
Dr. Fritz Brink found something worse than what he expected, necrotizing fasciitis, a flesh-eating bacteria.
They assessed my wound, and it was very horrific. It was unbelievable, but nevertheless, all in my mind, I felt like I just had to get through whatever this was.
Dr. Brink performed a second surgery, cutting out all the infected tissue out of Adam's leg, all because of a human bite.
There's a lot of really bad bacteria that live between our teeth, by our gums, just in our mouth.
If I would have waited to the next day after that ER second visit, there was a good chance I would have lost my leg.
And possibly into septic shock, which can be fatal, and it was for Adam's brother at the age of 47.
Dr. Brink says this is a reminder: if you have a wound and are experiencing redness, warmth, or are in more pain, then go see your doctor immediately. These are all signs that the infection is worsening. In St. Pete, Brittany Muller, 8.
I just have one thing to say. No more oral sex for me. Ain't nobody biting shit, and I ain't biting nobody's shit. It's over. It's done. I will be masturbating till the day I die. This shit eating you alive. There's no fucking way. There's no way.
What kind of bacteria would you have in your mouth and in your teeth?
No, I want to know who the fuck he was bringing up, and were they actually fighting?
Yeah,
I don't know. They bite you on legs and shit. It'd be no more hair for me. Either way, no more.
Absolutely crazy, but definitely.
Oh man, but they do say your mouth is dirty. Oh, yeah, y'all think about that shit. Y'all be meeting people on these apps and stuff. It'd be no way in the world. That shit be gone. It'd be like, woo, just a little off the top. God damn.
Lost his entire leg.
Entire leg. Yeah, you see you saw the bite, but then I guess what they had to take, I guess that's the damaged tissue from the rounding side. How do y'all recoup this relationship? Your family member bites you.
If you were sitting up there, if you were the one breaking up the fight between the two, why they end up biting you?
Melissa said, "Get them gummy, but I don't want nothing." It'd be like, yeah, that's it. We ain't doing nothing now. This shit out here is real. Yeah, I ain't playing. I mean, shit, you fuss about, motherfucker. You brush your teeth today. That shit ain't gonna help.
Right. Definitely be careful. Definitely walking dead vibes.
That's right. Y'all be careful. Don't get munched. Don't munch or get munched. Cause this shit is traveling around in your mouth. But at least it's a good defense weapon. If somebody ever attack you, you bite them. Oh my goodness.
That is crazy. Speaking in other health news, Black men are likely to be underdiagnosed with lung problems because of a bias in a software. A study had suggested. Of course, I know we talk about health and disparities in health in our communities, but yeah. So this was published last Thursday, I believe. As many as 40% more Black male patients in a study have been shown to have been diagnosed with breathing problems if the current diagnosis was assisted by a computer software, which was designed to basically say, as they always say, Black people strong. Black people don't have no breathing problems. They're not, there's nothing wrong with them. And they would go undiagnosed with lung problems to the point where some of them became so far gone that there was very little treatment that they could undergo to correct the problem. Now, I say all this to say, one, read the article. Two, don't leave your health in the hands of anyone. Make sure that you are aware of your own body and changes that are going on within you. And in fact, if you feel a certain way and you don't feel like the doctor is listening, get a second opinion. Do not just say because the doctor said so, then that's it. And, it is what it is. No, you do have the right to get a second opinion, a third one if you need to see a specialist, if so, to really get to the root of the problem. They're relying on software that they have engineered to build just those things that, like with all this mortality rate. There's another article as well you need to check out about the mortality rate. We've talked about that before, of African Americans due to the lack of healthcare. And is another case of this kind of mentality that even with women in pregnancy, they don't feel these certain type of pains. They don't have this certain type of problem during their pregnancies, and they have lost babies, and some mothers have even died due to the lack of health care and the response to women feeling away during their pregnancy. So definitely we need to pay more attention to this and really get involved in our health care. So definitely check that out. And the other article was...
Yeah, I just posted it up.
Okay.
Study reveals staggering toll being Black in America. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 1.6 million, and it's actually 1.63 million. Over 22 years. Like, that's crazy. And that's just a study within 22 years. We can go back further and just...
Oh, it was even worse then.
Worse, right? Of the numbers.
That's because first of all, they don't think we're human. That is something that is taught to them that comes from home. Yeah. So they, and when they, test this equipment, they don't have a broad spectrum. And I'm sure it's not just Black people, and I'm sure it's Hispanics, Indian, brown skinned people, because they don't spend time. They're just focusing on, white people.
Yeah. Right.
So that's why everything is always geared that it does not work. Even like the pulse thing that they put on your finger.
Right. Yeah.
They were having problems with that because they never tested it on Black people, and because of the melanin in our skin, it wasn't registering.
Right.
And it's like, how do you go through this and you never tested it on Black? I mean, it's like, oops, is it like one of those ones, oops, we just forgot, we didn't even think about it, that type of thing. And it's like, well, shit, don't you test Oriental people? Well, there are other demographics.
Right.
I don't know. It's just fucked up. That's all I can say. It's like every Tuesday, it's just fucked up.
Yeah, it really is. That I think I covered just about everything. I do have two other videos to show. Two other video clips to show. I do know. Sometimes we talk about white people gone awry. But this video here, I wanted to show this video, especially during this time, to just show, like, when you're out and about, be very mindful, because there are Karens out here. They get drunk and they get crazy. But do note that they still utilize their white tears to garner sympathy and protection. So this is just mindful for anybody. We know summer is approaching and you're going to be out, and just be careful, because this could have went left far worse than it did. But thankful to the people for not truly engaging. But yeah, it was totally crazy. Just take a look. What the fuck?
These are the best donuts.
Who's that? Is that you? Yeah, she was taking a piss in front of an orange store. It was giving very much Django for me. It was giving very much Django Unchained.
Nah, she's back from 6 donuts, man.
Then she just starts harassing people. And with no police. No police, no nothing.
Yo, someone just knock her straight off. No, she needs to get knocked off.
Nobody is in fear of their lives.
What are you doing?
She's crazy. But all that screaming, no one's called the police.
That's scary as fuck. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and see, she can just casually just walk away like nothing.
If I was 20, I'd have pissed on her.
These people.
I can't piss as far now, so I'll just wish that I was 20.
You can dribble on her. You can dribble on her.
Somebody give me a big gulp. But yeah, it's like, where's the cops at?
Yeah, right.
I mean, as busy as it was, you know, as far as people being out there, I would have figured that there was been a police officer somewhere around.
Oh no!
Especially if not for the public urination. But the best thing about it is they got her face.
Yeah.
You know, it was nice, clear, and they didn't blur it out or anything like that. But she threw that shit at that one girl. That girl clocked her, bust her lip, stunned her.
Yeah, she did bust her lip, but she because she threw something at the girl before, and the girl was like, "Leave me alone," and then she took a piss. That's because that's the longer video. But yeah, but then also in some lighthearted news, women, make sure that your hair, your wigs, and all that kind of stuff is not in the view when you have it in your car, not hanging outside your door or your trunk or anything like that, because people do call the police for an array of things. And a young woman got the police called on her because they thought the person reported that she has a body in her trunk because of some hair that was sticking out of her car. Take a look.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. The craziest thing you're not going to believe.
What happened?
So we got a call. Somebody's concerned. Are you like a hairstylist?
No. I can make some chicken strips. Sorry, my breasts smell like chicken strips.
I can't tell. You're
okay.
So there's like hair hanging out of your tongue?
Oh, my Jesus.
Someone's like...
Oh, that's my weave. Oh, hold on. That's my wig. Hold on. Oh.
Oh. You gotta come see it though.
Oh my Jesus! I got.
You gotta see it though.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah. She literally had her wig in the trunk, but it was sticking out. So someone put her body in her trunk.
But they didn't. He didn't. You hear later on. He wrote a ticket because she didn't have her wig sleep out in there.
So I'm thankful that it didn't end crazy where they came all in hot without asking.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thankful for that, but yeah, I mean, you calling the cops, you couldn't just ask your neighbor, girl, you got a body in there, jokingly or whatever, and let us. Oh, that's my wig. I'm just thankful that there was no hot police, guns ablazing, thinking, oh, there's a body in your trunk. But no, it's a wig. Very thankful for that. But yeah, just calm down, people. All that calling the police and
for little dumb stuff.
Yeah, little dumb stuff. You could have, girl, is that a body in there? Some hair hanging out there. I mean, come on, you're nosy about everything. Fucking hell. Act like you're concerned now.
I'd have been done.
Just crazy. Just absolutely crazy. All right. So I think that's it. Anything I missed?
Pat Robinson.
Oh, that old.
He dead, boy. He dead.
So, yeah, I forgot about him. So the 700 Club, Club,
Oh, you
white,
know that motherfucker
colorful,
is jumping like a roach on a skillet down in hell. You know he is.
Grand Wizard of the KKK, hash aka the 700 Club, has passed away at the age of 92? Something like that. He said some deplorable things about Obama, well, mainly about the children, the Obama kids, the two young, beautiful women who have both graduated college. He said some deplorable things about them when they were children. So I really don't give two shits about him. I feel like him, like I feel about that other white woman that went on down, took that elevator straight down to hell.
And Rush Limbaugh, all of them.
All of them, just straight ticket to straight hell, no pass go, just straight whatever hell is, be in it. But he's been.
When they told me he died, and I'm serious, I thought he was already dead. I was like, I thought he died already. I said, what, he got resurrected? And he came back again, or they done pumped him full of something, some steroids or some shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, he is passed on. So we'll see who the reigning person of the 700 Club. And I blame the 700 Club is the reason why you got these old Trump supporters running around here now talking about Christian rights and all this other bullshit. Because of people like him starting that dumb racist kind of in the cloak.
It's a cult.
And Jesus righteousness bullshit when they actually doing racist shit.
It's a cult. Everybody drinking Kool-Aid.
Drinking Kool-Aid. They learned from the best was the Jim Jones. That's what they learned from. But yeah, what can you say? So
drinking Kool-Aid and eating crackers.
Eating themselves. Ash to ashes and dust to dust. So it is what it is.
Hey, my 2 cents. Good evening, everybody coming into the chat.
Welcome. All right, so let's get to this part now. We can let our hair down a little bit and talk about.
I ain't got no hair.
Who said that? Who said that? Who had been saying that? Who said that?
All right. So here's the part where we get to be a little more relaxed. All right. So yeah. Earlier today, as I was preparing to go live and getting my stuff together, Auntie Melissa Scott, who may still be in the chat because I know this is your, you take your sleep time during this time, but
she took some time off.
Okay, cool. She had went live and
now she nodded out. That's another thing, but it's not because she got to go to work.
So I went and popped and I was like, oh, okay, what's going on? So apparently, Mr. Blue Wolf Phoenix, in the words of Stomp Down again, Blue Wolf Phoenix, basically posted on his community wall because there seems to be a bump on her lip that if it was herpes. I just like, girl, what is you? What? People just want to be counted so bad. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if ain't nobody talking about you.
You know what his MO is anyway, so.
Yeah, but I'm like, if nobody's talking about you, why are you always inserting yourself into things?
Because it wouldn't be noticed. But that's all.
Do a better job at what you do, and you'll get noticed. I don't know what to tell you. I just think it's stupid. Like, check out his community wall if you want to see the picture that he took as he's sitting up there taking screenshots of people all up in her nose and stuff.
You sure he did it on purpose? Because you know what that eye is. Anyhow.
I don't know what he was looking at. I really couldn't tell you what he was looking at, but I guess, whatever. It is what it is. So with that, just leave people alone. If they ain't bugging you or they ain't said nothing to you, don't do it. Because then when it comes back to you, you're not gonna like it. You're gonna start talking about other stuff, but you're gonna blame her of molesting you too.
Oh God, you going there again?
I mean,
that was a total meltdown.
I'm just
right. We still don't like you. Right. That's what Melissa said.
So I mean, it is what it is. But anyway, moving right along that In other news, let's see what else was going on that was worth paying attention to. There was a I couldn't get it, but I'll share it on my Instagram. I think I've already shared it on my Instagram. There was a content creator who was reenacting the encounter with VS when it's VS in IHOP. It was it's hilarious. You definitely have to check it out. I'll repost it to my Instagram because it wouldn't post on here. But it was hilariously funny to hear him sound like, oh, yes, oh, yeah, I'm VS, oh, yeah, oh, yeah. Sounded like a Macho Man Randy Savage.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah, oh, yeah. So it's definitely funny to check out. Other than that, there's some stuff going on with the news sector that's kind of verged over, still involving VS a little bit. I hear that this Heat and Ness have a little beef with the not the Philadelphia, you hear me? The Pennsylvania Pittsburgh Zoo wildlife. So, I don't know. There's a lot going on. Skillet and that whole People's Court case that got dismissed. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot going on. But more importantly, it's my birthday in 2 days. But anyway, yeah. So that's it. That's all that's going on that I can think of. Anything else? And I'll look to the chat at this point because I don't know. I don't really be watching everything. I kind of catch things as I'm listening.
I was going to say, you better be careful. You can't be talking about animals. You don't have PETA knocking at your door.
Oh, well.
And I'm not talking about Peter. I'm talking about PETA.
I don't even do PETA. He won't be knocking at the door either. But yeah, I just can't. But yeah, I don't know. These people get their lives together. What's going on, Lex Young? How are you, sir? Nice to see you. I'm still waiting on. We were debating the other night. He had asked me a question in regards to what I think is going to happen with the judge who actually is in charge of the federal case against Trump. The same judge that.
Yeah, the same. Yeah. Her.
Ruling in his favor, her. He thinks that she may possibly do right and actually follow the rule of law. I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. No.
I don't think so either. I was like, she's already shown.
If she did, she should have recused herself.
Right. She's already shown herself. So I figured, well, what else is she going to do? But he said give her a chance. So I'll just wait to see this to be like, oh, I told you so. But it is what it is. How you doing, sir? Nice to see you. My 2 cents. Hello. Nice to see you as always. And just thank you so much. Brother Nate, thank you as well. Other than that, I did see Chevalier yesterday. Great movie. It's about the young violinist who was basically a product of slavery. His father raped his mother and then took him away to France. He became a very trained classic violinist, produced his own opera, but of course, him being black, they toted him around as a token until they couldn't utilize him anymore. And then
mulatto. He's a mulatto.
Yes. it went south. You did see the common struggles that in that whole biracial thing where when you got accepted, you kind of went with the status quo and kind of denounced the darker side when his mother came to stay with him after she gained her freedom due to the father's death. He really did kind of denounce her heritage, her culture, and everything until, that side turned their back on him and he had nowhere to go but to go back to his mother's side. And then he found himself again. So definitely great movie to check out. I am mad that it took so long for it to come out and actually.
It's like a year late.
Yeah. Damn near. But definitely great movie to check out. Please check it out. What else? Other than that, nothing else. What I have planned for my birthday, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, I was gonna say, well, you got a couple days come up. Just wing it. Just wing it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
Just sit on back and get high. Shit, you good?
Plus, when it's during the week, it's always kind of odd. So I celebrate.
Yeah, that's the whole. As long as you have a couple of days and just go ahead, sit on back, get nice, and mellow out. Ain't that right, Melissa? That's right. That's the way we do it. Sit back and relax. That way you have to worry about nobody. Shit, at least the weather will be nice.
Yeah. Let's hope. But even still, I'll probably still do something and just chill out. I won't be on here, so please don't look for a birthday live or whatever, because I'm not doing it. But I thank you. I mean, I may post on my community wall, of course, but I thank you. And it's cancer season, so shout out to all the other cancers, because it's
Lord, it's Krabby Patty season.
whatever. But yes, definitely cancer season in full effect in the next 2 days. You took off the whole week.
Whole week, that's right. Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't.
That's right, girl.
So no. Thank you, my 2 cents. Thank you so much. I'm sure I will have a great born day, get this head done and do something to it, and then just chill out and enjoy my day. Yeah. But other than that, that's all I got. If anybody got anything I want or have something they want to share and add, I will drop the link.
Tanara, you say it's your birthday too, coming up?
Oh, cool. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, girl. I'm sure you'll find something to do.
You know what?
Sit back and relax. Melissa, he said, and you got paid? Yeah, girl. Rest on up.
Right. Well, yeah, no, it's not a pay week for me, but that's okay. We're still going to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
We're still going to make it work. Because if it was, then that would have been a lot worse. Stuff about like, I'm getting this, I'm getting that. It's like, okay, well, we can get this and we can wait for that. We're still going to get it. But yeah, just plan to have a good time and just relax and chill out with friends and probably visit some places and things. Not too much, because I have so much stuff like on the agenda for the next couple months. So I kind of got to play a little light this year. But yeah, so no, definitely plan on hanging out. So Tanari, what are you going to do for your day coming around? Let us know. All right. Yeah, cheers to that. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
definitely.
It's a whole nother year, so you got to celebrate it because we never know. And,
yes, that is so true.
Yeah, so definitely.
When you say it's your mother, yeah.
Oh yeah. I know. My mother's after, so it's always kind of like these couple months, some months or some years rather, it's always like yay, and then others it's like but yeah, I try to get through them and just push on through.
Mm-hmm.
All back to back, from Mother's Day to that day to birthday. Both of my parents' birthday. My stepdad's birthday is on the 13th, and then it's of course my birthday, and then my mother's the 7th. So it's always kind of like, let's get on through.
We're all in a row.
Yeah. All in a row. Yep. But that's really all I got for you guys tonight. Definitely make sure that you stay focused, because there's a lot of stuff going on in this world. Enjoy yourself. Stay the hell away from Florida, because it's just so crazy. It really is so crazy, and the fact that this is being celebrated as it is so unfortunate. Oh, really? Not the 14th? That's awesome. Aw. Cancer women are so cool. Sometimes, as parents, like a mother, sometimes, yeah. No, they really are. I'm just everybody like my mother. I'd be like, I don't know why. They're like, oh, your mom's so small.
That's because you're her child. You never see it like that.
You would put it in, and then some of you like it, but nah. Yeah, definitely great, and God bless her. And I know she's looking down on you, and she'll be celebrating as she would want you to celebrate her as well as you celebrate your own birthday. Yep.
Yeah. Hey, Melissa, you say you gotta get to that ship. Yeah, girl.
Not the ship.
Go ahead. You have it, and you enjoy yourself.
Yes, have a good time. Good time. But
see, that's the only reason why she going to Florida. That's right. The hop on the boat, girl.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. As a freed person, how about that?
Yeah.
The liberation in that. That's totally crazy. But if
it is.
That is all I got. Anything else you want to say?
They say peaceful blessing. Oh, one real question. With this Juneteenth, how do you celebrate Juneteenth? Or what do you think how it should be celebrated? Should it be like 4th of July type of thing, like with all these parties and what? Melissa made me laugh. No pineapple, girl. Should it be celebrated, or should it be celebrated like a day of mourning or a reflection?
I don't think it should be a day of mourning. I definitely think it should be a celebratory day, but definitely a day of reflection at the same time. Yeah, but in no way do I think it should be a day of mourning. 4th of July-ish, yeah, kind of, sort of, maybe, in our own way. Yeah, in our own way. We don't have to. I think I've seen a lot of places and things on social media where people did like gatherings and shows and stuff. I think all that is good as long as there is some kind of understanding of what it's for, what the meaning of Juneteenth is, and that's always expressed. But I think why not? Why are we always left to not want to feel like we should celebrate these things? Like there's always a thing. Like even with Kwanzaa, people, no, I don't know if I should celebrate it. Why would you not celebrate something that's focused around you and your culture and where you come from? We're so separated from where we came from originally, which I think that should change, and we should really work on getting that connection back. Because I truly believe that if we got that back, we would be unstoppable, period. And I think that is the reason why they do what they do to us, is so we can always keep that disconnect from which we came to where we are. But no, I definitely think it should be a celebratory thing. It should be definitely one of reflection, but of celebration. We have enough humdrum. I mean, we have enough in the history books or to really feel like, damn, we've been through a lot. We very seldom have moments of celebration,
of actual joy. Yeah. I don't know how to celebrate it. I mean, to me, it feels like a more solemn time, and as more information comes out, like, that it was purposely, down in Texas, they purposely withheld that information getting there so they could get their crops done. That kind of shit. And I'm like, this just shows you who these people are.
Even in that, you sit there and say you won't give people reparations or even pay them, but you did that to make you were already getting free labor, so you did that to extend the free labor that you was getting, and you still don't want to pay these people or their ancestors for the free labor that you stole, even for those 2, 3, 4 months or however long it was. That's just ridiculous. Like it really makes you really go, wow, y'all really don't give a goddamn. Like, y'all really don't care. It's not even about, at this point, it's not even about anything else other than you just preserving whatever it is you have. And I think that part is truly sad about it. So yeah, I definitely think we should celebrate. I think we always kind of try to relate our celebratory things with theirs to kind of match up, we don't have to. So if you feel like barbecuing, barbecue. If you feel like just having a moment of reflection, then have your moment of reflection. However you choose to celebrate, I think it's all right for you to celebrate the way you want to.
Yeah, I can see it being more of a family, not shopping, but
right. Yeah.
You have a family gathering, you sit down, break bread together, that type of thing. But the more information that comes out, the more I just don't feel it, because it's just always
it's fairly new. I could see it later on.
Yeah, see, that's the whole thing too, because this is the third actual one. I mean, the third that it's a federal holiday. I mean, I'm trying to think if we ever celebrated it before, because I've always known about it, but it has never been like on a 4th of July level type thing, because I don't celebrate 4th of July. There's very few holidays, if any, that I celebrate anymore, because they're all crackerish. Okay, I'll just put it like that. It's all a money grab.
Yeah.
It's very few holidays
that Juneteenth will become.
Oh yeah, it already has. Have you seen the memorabilia, the flag? They had the wrong flags up. They had the Pan Africa flag up instead of the Juneteenth flag, which I don't particularly care for either, red, white, and blue, because it shouldn't even be red, white, and blue, because
they weren't.
My 2 cents says, it's sad that we're so divided, but we've never been a cohesive group as a country. We will never be that. We will always be divided because of their way of thinking that everything has to be categorized. That's why you have black, white, gay, straight, all these different labels. Everything has to be classified and labeled. And we will never be, once we get to the understanding that you're just human and that you're just here and you are an American no matter where you come from, because supposedly an open door policy. But as long as they're in charge and they run it, we will never be a cohesive group. If aliens came down and blew this shit to hell, we would still be divided.
Yeah, take them.
Yeah, it'll be real quick.
Okay, so she said
you survive
and all kinds of sides and music. Okay, well, I mean, yeah, I just because it's a celebratory moment of people's freedom, of our people's freedom. So yeah, we should always celebrate that. I just don't know. I mean, they get to celebrate all their bullshit, even the shit where they killed their own white people. They get to celebrate that. So it's like, why can't we celebrate moments of freedom? But I think we should always take that, though, learn from it and grow from it, and continue to keep stuff in-house and kind of build a better foundation for ourselves. I really, truly believe that if we really were to come together at some degree and really just like cut all the BS out, we could really be a powerful move, especially, with the land over there that sometimes act like they with us and sometimes not. But the truth of the matter is, if they really put it together, they could really have money and resources that would go back into their country and not leave. Like, I was just looking at somebody on Instagram. I think you had it on your thing, and I took it from you. They were having a discussion, 2 African men having a discussion about the resources that's coming out of their country from the Chinese, the Americans, and all that. And they were saying the only people that would be able to help them in rebuilding and regaining themselves is the African American, because when they would put their resources in it, where would they take it to? Where would they take it back to? They would keep it there, and it would just keep itself in Africa. So I thought that was a powerful discussion. But yeah, that's really all I have. That's really all I got. I know I said that about 5 times, but it is really all I got. Any other questions?
No. I know you ready to go take a pre-birthday drink. I don't know.
Yeah, no, because I've been drinking water. Saturday I was. Oh yeah, speaking of that, you may remind me. So Saturday, was a friend of mine. She turned 70. We call her Nana. She turned 70. She had a 70th birthday party. So I had a few shots there. So before I went to the party on Saturday, I was already kind of like ready to go, right? And then I don't mind wine, especially dry wine, because for me, I feel like it takes you where you need to go real quick. So I had that and a couple shots. So I was already kind of like, okay, I'm decent. I wasn't too messed up, but I was decent enough. Mind you, I was getting a plate of food, left my phone in the kitchen, and yeah, I was like, I thought I left my phone in the car, but no, it was in the kitchen. So I was like, oh well. So I was like, oh no, your phone's here. I was like, all right. So I just opted to get it on Tuesday, but yeah, no, but it was fun. I had fun. It's always fun being around family and friends. For me, it's really cool. Answering me. So, but yeah, we always have a good time. But yeah, I was pretty wasted. Then Sunday was the Father's Day barbecue situation. I didn't drink at that one, so I was perfectly sober. But somebody was tore up.
Wow, you gonna be tore up. That's the way to be.
But no, it was fun.
I mean, then it was pretty good if you had, say, your Father's Day, and then you had Juneteenth. So you had that extra day off because you wouldn't have got that day off just for Father's Day.
Yeah,
that Monday off.
Yeah, no. So yeah, I mean, it worked out. It definitely worked out. I did see a little meme of what's her name, Gayle King, and the rest of the black commentators of the NBC morning show. They were work on Juneteenth, but their white counterpart that
they was all black.
It was all black on Juneteenth.
I bet you that was strange as shit.
That's what she said. She said that's weird. She was like, the opposite should have happened on Juneteenth because, of course, it's freedom. You know how white people see it. Oh, it's Juneteenth. Let's make them all black. Power to the people and give the white men the day off. But it is what it is. Yeah. So I don't know. But yeah. We'll find something to do. Supposedly, I think a museum is in the works. I'm not. I know a jazz thing is in the works, and I just saw something that one of my friends posted about some music. I think Saturday.
You're not doing Anita Baker, are you? Because she throwing motherfuckers off the tour left and right. Now let me stop. Wasn't that crazy? That's crazy.
Baker, but it is crazy.
Yeah, I love her too, but she's been problematic before.
I heard she's a nasty piece of work. Actually, I used to work for a limousine company, a corporate limousine company, doing their customer service, and everybody would say, even when I was in the elite part meetings and events where we deal like politicians and all that kind of stuff and PGA tours and everything, but I would hear people all the time say she is a piece of work. Like, she don't want you talking to her, nothing like that. You only communicate with the driver, you don't communicate with her. She's nasty, she'll curse you out. But her Judge Judy too is nasty too.
Yeah, I heard that one too. Yeah, but that seems like her and Luther, but
yeah. It's real diva-ish, I guess.
Yeah, I was going to say all of them women's acting crazy. Women's.
Yeah.
All the divas.
It's crazy. But I don't know.
But for the amount of money that you paying for those tickets.
Yeah, I know. I went too, and I was about to get a ticket for free, but I couldn't go because I had something to do. But
all of you Tone fans. They're supposed to be going on tour too.
I'm not a fan of for obvious reasons. I'm not a fan of Tony 2020. I like the music, but growing up, it feels like
I was gonna say that they ran it in the hole.
The ground, everywhere. Oh my gosh! Till this day, it'd be like, that's why I just rather say my whole name, because the minute it feels good, like. Yeah. Okay. Got it. Yeah. So over that. I know some history. Okay. Cool. background, Black, European, Indian. Oh, really?
Mhm.
I've done the ancestry test too. I
Yeah.
have far African and European, far more
Okay.
that than Indian than I thought. Than
And
we
it,
were, told, like in family
mhm.
reunions and stuff. It was a lot more
So
African.
what a lot of people used to do is when they had white in their family or a person that was really light and fair complected, they would pass it off as Indian.
Yeah.
If they had a sharp nose or some sharp
Right.
features and things like that, they would pass it off as Indian. And then too, how when I see it a lot with white women when they immerse themselves into the Black culture.
Wow.
They have a tend to look dirty white. That's what we used to call it, dirty white, where they just look like they don't look light. They just look different. They don't look white. They're not pinky white.
They don't have pinky white pale.
They don't even sound. As a matter of fact, they sound more hood.
Right.
It's like, where did you come from? I'm from the east side. I'm like, all right, okay, go ahead, girl. And but you can actually look at them, and it's like you would think that one of their parents, that might have parents might have been, mixed race couple, and then that it's like, no, my mother and father, they're white, and it's like, you sure?
Yeah,
girl, what you like? A lot of bronzer? I don't know, but then it's not. They just have immersed themselves in it, and you just assume that they're mixed descent.
Yeah, not everybody's a Rachel Delazar. So
no.
People are really.
I mean, yeah, she was already mean until she got that free ride, college ride off of that. Because I'd have just said, let it go. It would have made any never mind. But you're taking a affirmative action. You taking a spot from somebody else.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to think?
Right. That is
that type of thing.
Very, very true. Very, very true.
So will you be working next week? Will you be doing a week off for the birthday or what? You did that. You've been doing it the last couple of years, so don't even look like that. You did that the last couple.
I forgot. Yeah, I may. Yeah, I'll let you know. But more than likely, yeah. Yeah, okay, I'll say that now. Yeah. So no show next week. We'll do it the following.
Oh, okay. You sure now?
Yes, I'm sure.
Now, if you don't change your mind, just make sure you hit me up early.
I will. Now,
because I'm gonna take my ass to sleep.
If something comes across the wire that is so like I cannot hold it, I gotta speak it, then I'll do it. But if it can wait, I'll wait.
Ain't nothing going on. Ain't no aliens. They can't even find that. They can't even find that submarine they lost.
They said there was a report or some. I don't know how true the story is, but there was an alien sighting, and the police officers even seen it on their cam.
Oh, on their cam, yeah. Look, they're aliens. They've always been here.
Right.
They're afraid to come down because it's so ratchet. So.
Right. I mean, I just. The universe so vast and a lot of stuff we don't know. Why would you just think that we're the only things in this here galaxy? I have no idea, but we shall see. We shall see.
And just remember, if they were able to travel such distances or even go through time, there's nothing we could do about it anyway.
Right? Yeah. It's
just plain and simple. Just say, whatever. Right. I said, look, it sure would.
Whatever it is. And on that note, everybody have a blessed rest of your week. Thank you so much for all the birthday wishes. Thank you, Brother Nate. Thank you, Jess and everybody for your birthday wishes and stuff. Really appreciate it. And you guys have a great night. Love you all.
Oh, you ain't even pimp yourself. Hit that man up for his birthday. It'd be nice. Buy that man a drink. $5. And he might even sing a song for you. I don't know. No, but you enjoy your birthday.
I will.
You have a nice time. Like I said, have a drink on me. Or maybe dinner. I hope I sent you enough for dinner. I don't know. Shit, it's too hot. But I don't know. But all you eat is lettuce and cucumbers and vegetables and shit. So run on down to the store.
Don't come for me. Yes, it's
You
fine.
enjoy your birthday, and may you have many more, my brother.
Thank you.
Definitely. I enjoy your presence,
Likewise.
and you should enjoy your day.
I will. And thank you so much for all that you do. Definitely appreciate you because you are not only just a big brother in my head, but you are the big brother that keeps me grounded in these things when I want to just come out of myself and be like, ah, it's like, oh, calm down. It's not that serious. Like, yeah, because I do have those moments a lot. But and to all of the Geminis and Cancers, happy birthday to you all. And that's all I got.
Yeah. And Tanari, happy birthday to you. Peace, my
Happy
sister.
birthday to Nari.
Enjoy your birthday.
Yep, and I definitely will hit you up on the back end and make sure you're celebrating and in good spirits as you know your mother would want you to be as you celebrate.
That's right.
A whole another year. All right. So that is all. Until next time, my beautiful people. Peace, love, and hair grease.
Good night.
Good night.